Hello, and happy Tuesday, everyone. It is time for T-shirts and Tea Tuesdays, guys. Welcome back to the show. You are tuning in to season 4, episode 2 of T-shirts and Tea Tuesdays, guys. If you didn't catch our show from last week, after you watch this one, please make sure that you go back and tune in. Guys, listen, I am so excited to see all of you beautiful melanated people out there. And I'm so excited that you decided to tune in to watch us today to get all of this tantalizing, effervescent acumen that we be spilling over here, y'all. Y'all don't want to miss it, okay? Because we're always bringing it, okay? Listen, guys, we always have a great lineup in store for you. Tonight, we have a terrific lineup in store for you all. We have 2 amazing Black business owners here on our platform tonight. One, our expert advisor is Miss Precious SWAIN Peaks. She is the Black business owner of a very successful and affluent accounting firm or accounting firm. And guys, you want to be here to tune in to what she has to say about, taxation and, all of that stuff that we need to know as business owners. And a lot of times we don't know. So we have a tendency to make a lot of mistakes, bad mistakes, but she is here to give us the tea, y'all, because you already know, like, it's August already. That means that tax season is just a few months away, guys. Literally 6 months away. So we need to know what the ins and the outs are going to be, some of the new laws that we're going to be, need to know about for our businesses so that we can get them tax write-offs, cha-ching, cha-ching. Okay. And then our featured spotlight Black business owner of the week is none other than Black business owner Victor Butler of Get You Right Auto Painting. Guys, my husband and I know this young man from when he was a little one. And so to see all of the great things that he is doing in business today and how successful he is and, really mastering his craft, we are so excited to have him on the platform to share with you about what he does. Okay. And so we bring you all of this Black excellence because we want to always encourage you to patronize Black brands. Now, listen. Now, we know that there are a lot of people who are like, well, why not support all businesses? All businesses are important. We're not saying that all businesses aren't important, but what we're saying is that we are working on building the Black community. In order to do that, it's economics, guys. Simple. We patronize our own people so that our communities can be rebuilt and reestablished, okay? So that we can become stronger as a people and begin to rely on ourselves for the help that we need versus having to depend on the government, depending on other people outside of our community. We got to do that. Everybody does that. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get into some of this this housekeeping. But before I do that, I do want to give some shout outs. Thank you to Miss Tyra Renee, Makeup by Tyra Renee, for this beat down. She gave me good beats every week, y'all. Y'all see that? So if you are ever in Florida, in the Tampa Bay area, and you need a makeup artist, you definitely want to make sure that you reach out to her and contact her. She is on Instagram. Again, it is Makeup by Tyra Renee. Also, guys, we also want to make sure that you utilize this little comment section over here. We want to hear from you. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, listen, we use that comment section because we're going to be shouting y'all out. We're going to give y'all a little love. And then as always, y'all know on T-shirts and Tea Tuesdays that our motto is sharing is caring, okay? And our mantra is closing the Black wealth gap. So if you love your people and you're trying to close this Black wealth gap for your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your uncles, your aunties, y'all need to go ahead and share this on your news feed, honey. Sprinkle a little bit down there because they want some too. Okay. And then we also would like for you all to make sure that as you are tuned in this evening, that you go ahead and click that like button, that you click that little reminder notification, so that anytime that we go live, you are notified right away. Okay, so we don't want you to be we don't want you to mess out on this good tea. Okay, so make sure that you hit that reminder button, that you like our page, and that you share this show. Okay, and then also, guys, if you are over there in YouTube land at YouTube University, make sure that you like, share, and that you click the notification bell, so that anytime that we go live again, you receive notifications right away. Make sure you subscribe, guys. And so, as always, we love y'all. We want to see our Black people prosper. So let's do this. We got to work together. And just a little bit of news, guys, I wanted to share this before we move on, is that there are food shortages all over the country. I don't know if you guys have not been paying attention. I don't ever like for our people to be caught off guard, okay? But if you have been into the stores, or if you've even been to a restaurant and they've been like, listen, we are out of everything. Like if you go to a chicken restaurant and the chicken restaurant, like, we don't have no chicken, and we don't have no biscuits, and we don't have no chicken nuggets, that means that there's a food shortage. So make sure that you guys are going out, that you're getting things that you can use, that you can replenish very easily, that will feed a family, like rice, grits, potatoes, instant potatoes, canned vegetables. If you haven't started trying to grow your food, please make sure that you do that as well. We will hopefully by at the end of September bring on some individuals that are in the farming industry to kind of share with us some of the things that they're seeing that's going on right now. And always, guys, you know, especially in Florida, we have a huge spike in COVID-19. So make sure that you are wearing your mask, that you're sanitizing your hands, washing your hands, and you're doing that on a regular basis to protect yourself as well as your families. Additionally, as we come together and we work together as a people, it is so important to make sure that we are supporting Black brands. So as I said before, I know that we can't support our people with everything because we're not in every industry. But if you decide, let me take $20 from $100 and use that to support a Black business, or to, patronize a Black business or a Black brand, that's everything. That is everything to that Black business owner. So with that being said, guys, we are going to go ahead and, it's T-shirts and Tea Tuesday. So make sure y'all got y'all T-shirts, and make sure you have your tea. My tea is coming up. I'll have it as soon as we return from this quick promotion. We'll see you soon.
Welcome to BHEMP, Black Heritage Enterprise Marketplace Corporation, an e-commerce enterprise platform created for Black business owners and empowered buyers across the globe. We are the platform that empowered buyers frequent most, the enterprise that our employees love working for, the parent company of BEMCO, Black Entrepreneurs Marketplace, a Black-owned e-commerce Black business membership marketplace, and a marketing and advertising platform for Black business owners. We provide a variety of features such as a Black business directory for both state and national searches and targeted product and service searches. Black business owners, advertise and market your brand to the most important consumers on earth with BEMP. Black business owners, join BEMP today, BEMP Corporation.
All right, guys, I hope that you all enjoyed that commercial. Now it's time to get into this product review. And hello, I have my tea. I'm gonna wait for it to cool off a little bit because it is piping hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and do our product review for this evening. And we've done a product review on this brand before. I want to say it was last year when we first started, and we're getting ready to come up on our 1-year anniversary, which will be October 20th of 2021. Will be 1 year that we have actually been going live. So this is one of the products that we reviewed very early on. And I want to say I told everyone that I am not an avid coffee drinker. However, However, and whatever, this coffee right here is everything. This is Signature Blends by Kim Fields. And when I tell y'all that this coffee is delicious, it is so good. We order at least like 6 packs every 4 months from her. Is not very expensive at all. It lasts a long time. And so the picture that you just saw is their Harlem collection. And so we have like different, they have like different collections that they carry throughout the year. Her holiday brands are really, really good. This Harlem collection is good. It has a very earthy taste to it, but it's really delicious. And this one that I was just holding up is called the A-Train blend. And it says only a blend named for a famous express train could be infused with espresso. Only a blend named for a famous song richly influencing music for the ages could have dark roast influences. Perfect for any commute or journey. The heritage of this particular coffee is Africa and Indonesia, and the aromatic vibe is vibrant and nutty. So again, this is the Harlem Blend A-Train collection. And then we have the Savory Blend. The Savory Blend is really good too. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, my favorite coffee from Signature Blends by KF is the blueberry. I love the blueberry. My husband he's not like a blueberry person. He's like one of those people that kind of like give me the coffee. I just want the coffee flavor. I'm more of the person that love all of, the different flavors like caramel, blueberry. He can do vanilla and stuff like that. But they have some coffees that have Kahlua in it. I mean, just like her, it's just really, really good. I mean, all of her coffee has like a smooth taste. It gives you the pick me up that you need without the hard crash that comes from drinking coffee. And anybody who drinks coffee knows when you're drinking caffeinated coffee that sometimes you have that crash that is just like, oh my gosh. But her coffee is not like that. You actually drink it. You feel the energy. You like going, moving. And when it wears off, you don't even know that it's worn off. Okay, so it's really, really good. Okay, so this collection that you guys just saw the picture, this is also a part of the Harlem collection, and this is the Savory Blend. This is the Savory Blend, and it says the Savory Blend, jumping with rich flavor and spirit. This medium roast could have you moving and grooving through your day, just like the Harlemites who danced at this historic nightclub, stylishly underscored with a bourbon infusion. The Savory Blend will be music to your whole soul. Okay, so y'all heard it has a little bourbon in it. It's really good. And this is a heritage of Africa. It's the aromatic vibes are sensually smoky citrus. So guys, make sure that you go and head over to Signature Blends by KF or Kim Fields. Many of y'all know her as Tootie from The Facts of Life. She has an amazing coffee line. You want to make sure that you grab you a bag. And when I tell y'all, when you get a bag of it, you're not going to want to buy any other type of coffee. That includes Starbucks, that includes Dunkin', that includes any of the other ones that you will find at the grocery store. I know when we run out of Signature Blends, and I've underestimated how much coffee we actually have left, I get a whole attitude when my husband have to go and buy coffee from the store because I'm like, it just don't taste the same. And he says the same thing. So we're a bit spoiled over here. So for Signature Blends by KF's Harlem collection, we're going to give it thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Great job. Great job. Signature Blends by KF. You guys make sure that you head on over to her website after the show and purchase you some of her delicious coffee. And I do want to say that they have it where you can have them send it ground, or you can actually get the whole bean. And if you have like one of those grinders at home, you can like actually grind it up yourself, and then it's even more. A lot of people like to do that because it gives it a more fresher tone. But I will tell you that just drinking her coffee is really fresh. It's really, really good. So thank you so much, guys. Make sure that you head on over. And I'm not getting paid for this promotion. I just want y'all to know that I love to promote Black business brands that I shop from all the time. And this is one that I actually shop from all the time. So guys, make sure that you head on over there and visit Miss Kim Fields at Signature Blends by KF. Okay, so now it's time to get into the meat of the show. And I do hope that you guys are ready for it. I hope that y'all are ready for it. Okay, so this person that we're bringing on right now, her name is Precious on Facebook. Her name is Precious Shonda SWAIN Peaks. And guys, let me tell you something. Much like our expert advisor from last week, she has so many businesses. She's a serialpreneur as well. But let me just read a little bit of information about her. Precious Shonda SWAIN Peaks is a mother, minister, author, serial entrepreneur. The SWAIN Girl Media Channel, which is available on Roku and Fire Stick. And guys, let me tell y'all something. She actually has her own networks, like television networks. So you're going to hear all about her tonight. Okay, you're going to hear all about her. So I hope y'all got y'all ears tuned in and y'all got y'all teacups ready. Let me go ahead and take a sip right now real quick. That's good. Okay. She's the owner and CEO. She's the owner and CEO. She's self-employed. She's an international best-selling author at SWAIN Girl Media. She's the owner and CEO of SWAIN Girl Media. She's a social media manager at Imprecious Entertainment Services. She goes to martial arts. She went to martial arts senior high school. And she also has an accounting firm, like I said. So guys, we want to make sure that we go ahead and welcome Miss Precious into the platform. And we will go ahead and play a little clip and we'll be right back. Okay, so guys, listen. I hope y'all got y'all tickets ready for Los Cabos, Mexico in November. The dates for that conference, that real estate conference is November 3rd through the 8th, 2021. So if you have not gotten your tickets yet, what are you waiting for, honey? We are going to have a ball in Los Cabos, Mexico. So make sure you head on over to the Real Ladies of Real Estate.com. That's the Real Ladies of Real Estate.com to book your tickets for the Real Ladies of Real Estate conference. Okay, so guys, listen. We have our two guests. They're in the studio. They're preparing to come on right now. We want to just also mention that this coming Thursday, August the 19th, we will have on our show Motive Unlimited. That's Motive Unlimited. Let's see. And Motive Unlimited actually came onto our platform last year. Last week, they were our featured spotlight Black business owners of the week on last week. So this coming Thursday, we were supposed to have Eric Dungy on. We had to go do a little shifting around. So now Motive Unlimited will be on the platform, giving their story behind the brand with our host, Taz. So make sure that you all tune in to BEMP on the Spot on Thursday evening at 6:30 p.m. Now, with that being said, we have our queen, honey. The queen has arrived in the studio. And we are going to, I want you guys to go ahead and give her a warm welcome, Miss Precious Shonda SWAIN Peaks. Yay! Hello, darling. Hello.
Hello. Such a warm welcome. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Listen, I told the people a little bit about you. I want to let you, give them all of the tea because you have so many. When you said serial entrepreneur, that is no lie. That's true tea.
Yeah,
True tea.
it's true.
Yes. So I want the people to hear about your platform, the different things that you are doing, and how your business, the services that you provide, as well as your brand, is something that they can support. And also just giving a little bit of insight to those who are desiring to move into that industry. She's in different industries: media, production, accounting. So there are various industries. And as a matter of fact, her granddaughter has a lip gloss line. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to let Miss Precious go ahead and share with you all about her brand and what she does. And guys, listen, if you are tuning in or you just tuned in, this is Miss Precious Shonda SWAIN Peaks. And she is our expert advisor this evening. Guys, if you have not already done so, give us some love over here in the comment section. Please also share this show on your news feed. We like to say sharing is caring over here at T-Shirtz and Tea Tuesdays, honey. So on the count of 3, we're going to give a thumbs up and we're going to keep it moving. Are y'all ready? On the count of 3, that's 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up.
So the first thing I would really like to thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
No problem.
To anyone out there considering starting a business, do it. I'll give you backstory and then I'll tell you what I do. I come from a family of entrepreneurs. My grandfather had a business on both sides, my mother's and my father's. And so that's all I saw. I really never saw people work jobs outside of the family business. And because it was a family business, as a child, 9, 10, 11, we had roles that we played in the business so that we would understand how business is supposed to work. Because of that, generationally, we've just been business owners. It's okay to be the first business owner in your family, but be that business owner. It doesn't have to be a huge business. It doesn't have to be a Walmart. It can be a mom and pop ice cream store. It could be a mom and pop shoe shop. It can be an online Etsy store, but start the business because your children, they watch you. They don't listen to you. You may think they listen to you because they say, yeah, no. But in real life, when they get grown, they're going to do what you did.
Yep.
So break the cycle now. The other thing I'd like to say is one of the main things that impacts Black businesses is that we don't take our business serious. We treat our business like a hobby. We'll hop in business and we'll start buying stuff and slinging plates out the window, and we're in business. We don't do any paperwork. We don't file any taxes. We don't put any money to the side. We don't get insurance. And let me tell you what happens then. When they start offering these grants and these loans and this funding for businesses, we don't qualify.
Yep.
It was very heartbreaking for me in the field that I'm in to have had so many clients that got rejected for loans and had to come back around, and we had to restructure their whole business because they didn't want a bookkeeper or an accountant. They didn't want to do paperwork. They just wanted to come in and file personal taxes. And at that point, what you think is a business is a hobby to everybody else but you.
Wow.
So you don't have to have an LLC. You don't have to have an incorporation. You can be a sole proprietor and still file your business taxes, but take your business serious. Anybody that makes real money takes their business serious.
Wow.
So that I really want to share because it was people thought it was racially motivated. In a way it was, but it was kind of our own fault because we want the quick fix.
Correct.
We want the quick fix. If I can be transparent, we want to be the weed man of ice cream.
Yeah.
Or the weed man of eyelashes. We don't want to have no legitimacy because we don't want to have to give them few little coins for taxes. But then we miss 50, 60, 100 grand in funding because we didn't want to pay $500, $600, $700 in taxes. It doesn't weigh out.
Yeah.
So the one thing about being a business owner is a true business owner is a gambler in their spirit. They have a gambling spirit. You have to be able to take risk. You have to be able to fall, dust your knees off, get back up. You have to be ready for slow seasons. You may get into the business and realize that's not the business for you and have to make a whole U-turn and do something else. But you can't be scared. Business owners can't be scared.
Yeah.
The other thing I will say is in business has to have a solid foundation. For me, my solid foundation was prayer. I put the Creator, I put the Father first.
Right.
And then everything else He sent to me.
Yeah.
So it wasn't easy. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be times that you lay on the floor and say, why me, why me? Now I don't even want this business no more. And that's when you know you need to get up and push harder.
Right.
Because that's when you're at your point of blessing, but the distraction has come to throw you off.
Yeah.
So remember, the only thing stopping you at this point is you. Being a serial entrepreneur isn't easy. I'm not going to lie and say it is. It takes balance. And it takes a lot of time educating yourself.
Yeah.
Because the other thing we do is we hop up and say we're going to be a hairdresser. We ain't took NAN class. We don't know anything really about the scalp, the skin, the different hair textures. And we just go to gluing stuff on people's head and perming people's hair. And we're a hairdresser overnight.
Yeah.
And if you did that to get started, fine. Now go back
And get it
and
together.
educate yourself. Because the more you know, the more you educate your client won't need the glued in hair anymore because their hair will grow. Your client won't need the perm because you'll see their curl pattern and their texture begin to change. Education in business is very, very important. So even though I'm an accountant, that's what I went to school for. That's what I got my degree in. That was the first thing I wanted to be as a child because my aunt was one for the
Oh,
family
wow.
business. So that was my dream career. I'm going to be an accountant. People are like, you a nerd? I'm going to be a paid one. Watch me. And so some people can't afford when they first go into business to get an accountant. They need to keep their own books. Keep your books. I don't care if you get a spiral notebook. Write
Keep
down
your
your
own book.
expenses. Write down how much you made. Write down how much inventory you have. Keep
Mm-hmm.
a record. It's not just for taxes, it's for you. Because when you begin to look over your records, you know how to save money. And saved money is earned money.
Yeah.
So you may see you bought a whole bunch of this and didn't sell none of it. Don't buy it anymore. Buy the thing that sells. Having gone to school for accounting, how I ended up in entertainment was, of course, I'm in my 50s. We're the hip hop era. We were all into something, beatboxing, breakdancing. But I don't sing and I don't rap. I have a mind for numbers. So while I was
Mm-hmm.
in college for accounting, I did my internship at a label. That exposed me to the behind the scenes of the music industry, performing rights organization, copyright, that type thing, score sheets, royalties. And so
Wow.
when I got out of school, I had seen so many artists get really, really messed over till my first business was designed to be an advocate for artists.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that, Precious.
Yeah, in 1989, me and my best friend at the time, Leonia, we
Mm-hmm.
we started Imprecious Entertainment Services, and that was the purpose of it, so that artists could copyright their music, register with
Wow.
BMI and ASCAP, be a
Mm-hmm.
business, because music could be a hobby or it could be a business. What
Mm-hmm.
determines what it is? Does it make money?
Right.
If you're only spending and never make money, it's a hobby. But when you reach that point where you're getting show money, merchandise money, now it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you protecting your business? Is your name trademarked? Is your lyrics copywritten? Were the beats copywritten? Did you register it so you can make royalties?
Right.
Did you make a clean version so you can get radio play? Things like that is kind of what I brought my accounting background into the situation with the administration that I've now learned and begin to
Mm-hmm.
show artists how write off your studio time, write off
Wow.
your show outfits, write off your travel, and
Mm-hmm.
make yourself a business so that people will respect you when you come to the table. Now, way back then, well, there was still some cassettes and some things like that, and it was a lot of artists making huge money from the trunk of their car.
Yep.
It's a little
MC
different
Hammer,
now.
as a matter of fact, was that's how he got started. I want to say MC Hammer. I don't know if you know, for y'all younger millennials, y'all don't know about MC Hammer. But for us that are the Generation Xers, we, that
Hmm.
was how he got started. And
Hammers,
a lot of them got started that way. Biggie
exactly.
Small. Yeah.
Spice One. I mean, most of
Yep.
your rappers that really made money got it from the muscle. They did it in the trunk.
Mhm.
They had trunks full of
Mhm.
cassettes, slinging them everywhere they stopped.
Yeah.
And
And if you
so,
think about it, Precious, it's kind of like it's a cycle that has repeated itself because although you don't have it where artists are slinging music out of their trunks, now you have the internet, and
hmm
so everybody's got a YouTube channel that you're producing your own music. Things are a lot different now than they were back then and more, tangible and at your fingertips. So they don't necessarily need to get signed with a huge label in order to get recognized.
mm-mm,
But I think where we, like you said, where we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot is not protecting ourselves, not having
exactly.
that protection. So I agree with that 100%.
And you know what's so sad? Even though the information is easier to access now, artists are still going through the same things just on a digital platform. They don't
Wow.
want to invest in themselves, so they don't get the exposure that they need. They
Mm-hmm.
don't want to do the copyright because they think because their computer time stamped it, it's protected. It's very, very crazy.
Wow.
So the company is still in operation.
Mhm.
I have a team that works it for me, and they still
Okay.
consult artists, and I still try to wean them in and get them to keep some books and file some taxes. Because
Mhm.
even as an artist, if your business is put together well, they could have turned around and got grants.
Wow. Come
Because
on now. Listen, I'm gonna have to sip some tea on that. If y'all listening, you are in the music industry, you're in the production media industry. Listen, y'all need to get with Miss Precious. Swain Peaks, honey, go on over there to Facebook and type her name in a little search bar so that she can help y'all get your coins. Like it's so I love the conversation that we're having right now because you're seeing we are literally witnessing with our own eyes a switch or a change in how we operate
Mhm.
in this country. Things are not going to be business as usual, what we're
Mhm.
used to. We're going to but that's the beautiful part of our people is that we've struggled for so long. We know how to take rice and poke and beans and make a meal,
Exactly.
right? We are very resourceful. We are very resourceful as a people. So with this, we'll learn how to quickly maneuver in this new era that we're entering into.
Yes.
So and I really appreciate too the fact that you encourage Black people to start businesses, not to be afraid, because we get so
Mm-mm.
content with getting a paycheck on Friday or on Thursday, working for
Honest.
someone else, and we feel like we have security. But what I believe this pandemic has done for everybody is it's shown you that there's no security
Exactly.
in somebody else's job.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When you're
Exactly.
working for somebody else, I don't care how much education you have, I don't care how much money you made. When something like what we just experienced in 2020 happens, a whole lot of people got laid off, including people making six figures a year.
Exactly.
You
And
know,
so I'm waiting to kind of see. A lot of us have hopped onto the Airbnb trend, not knocking it, but now we're looking at thousands and thousands of people right here in Florida on the verge of being evicted once they
yeah,
raise that moratorium.
yes.
Are the same Airbnbs that we used to make all this quick money? Are we going to be willing to rent out rooms to the people who need them and can't find a place?
Wow.
You know what I mean? Are
Yeah.
we going to do that to keep our people out of the street?
Mm.
We need to be thinking of a plan because eventually it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't really say that they shouldn't lift the moratorium because those of us who own property and are renting it out and haven't had rent in over
Payments.
a
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
now the mortgages are getting backed up because most of us didn't buy
Mm-hmm.
property outright. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it has to be some form of balance. But I don't see a solution when I watch the news.
Right.
So are we as a people creating a solution? Or will we be so stuck on the money that we let our sisters and brothers sleep in the street?
Listen, what's going to be more important? People are the true assets. In accounting, right? There's no real way to value an employee
Exactly.
because one employee can be an asset in 100 different ways for a company, okay,
Mm-hmm.
for a business. So people are the biggest commodity that we should be looking at and working together. And that's one reason why, building platforms like this and networking with people like you, building those partnerships and those connections with other Black business owners is super important to the survival
Yeah.
of Black businesses during this time. It's
Yeah.
super important. And so that's why I love the fact that I actually just had a conversation with a gentleman who has a payroll company out of Texas. And he was talking about like a lot of the issues that he deals with when he's dealing in corporate America. The standards are different. It's not an even playing field. You know what I mean? And so he was talking about, coming out of college, how many of our people, and actually, there was a report that was released, I want to say it was yesterday, that showed that the Black wealth gap has increased.
Yeah.
It's increased. And what they were saying was the reason for that increase is the amount of debt our people are in when they come out of college. So coming out of college is, if you're in debt, but you have a job that pays you so much money to where you can pay that debt off very easily, that's one thing. But a lot of our people are going to college and coming out and not having a job to go to.
Yeah.
Making less money than somebody who's working at Burger King or McDonald's.
I think part of the problem, and I hate to say this, but we push our children to go to college because it's status quo. But college isn't for everybody.
Right.
So now some of them in these issues went to college only to shut their mother or their grandmother up, made the lowest grade they could to get out, and didn't kind of think it through, all this debt. Because I was speaking with a young lady who had a full ride, didn't need a loan. Why she got a loan is because she wanted to have money in her pocket while she went to school. And I said, back in the day, we worked while we went to school. I mean, I'm not really sure why we wouldn't now, but we worked to not have that loan because we come from, I was blessed to have grandparents that had businesses, but I lived two different lifestyles because when I wasn't at grandma's house, I was at my mom's house that was in a normal middle class area where the people some were on assistance, some had jobs. They were normal, they had normal lives. So when you get to see that the struggle is real and you're thinking in your mind that I don't want to be part of that struggle, you have to kind of plan it different. I will say there were so many people that faked having businesses and got PPP loans and EIDL grants that a lot of our legitimate businesses there was no money for. Okay. And so then you look up and they're complaining because maybe they lived in low income housing. Now the feds are going after this money because they lied about having a business, whatever. I would have had more respect for what they did had they bought a house and got out the projects. Bought a business, bought a car. But you mean to tell me you got this money and kept another business who could have used it from getting it and didn't change your situation?
Correct. Because it's all about image now. Like, back in the day, we used to say you fake it until you make it type situation. Now it's like, no, we fake it until we keep faking it. We never got to make it. We just need to have the appearance of making it. And so, people go into great debt trying to play the part, and a lot of them are cool with that. A lot of people are cool with not being there.
Exactly. And I can't express enough that it's a mindset.
Yeah.
And so if you really want to be rich, you have to be rich here first.
In your mind, yeah.
It starts here. Because what is rich really? Is money rich? Because in a minute, the economy is supposed to shut down. So money might not really be what makes you rich. I'm being really honest.
That's the truth.
We have to learn to barter again. So I tell people, if you can cut my grass, I could do your books. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yes.
You might not make enough to be able to pay me, but you just cut my grass, I could do your books. You know, we have to get back to that
Mm-hmm.
because what will happen when there's another recession?
Right.
People who aren't paying attention may not see it coming, but it's definitely coming.
It's
You have
coming.
to, yeah, you got to pay attention. Look what's going on in
It's,
Afghanistan.
it's really already here. You can see the remnants, like the onset of it. And I just
Mhm.
got finished, telling the viewers, like, if you are not witnessing food shortages, like you could, because a lot of times we as Americans, we're like in la la land. It's like, okay, it's not here today, it'll be there tomorrow. We just take for granted that, we're always going to have the comforts and luxuries that this country has to offer us. But the
Mm-mm.
reality is that there are so many countries right now that are, in fact, in the midst of a recession and are dealing with food shortages. So it's like, we better get on it. Listen, we know what them poking beans and weenies, honey. Listen, we need to really, and I'm being honest.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, we have to, like I was telling my husband, like, fruits and vegetables that we need to dehydrate them. Instead of letting them go bad, in the fridge, slicing, vegetables up, dehydrating vegetables and fruit and stuff like that, because
yeah.
this is really, it's serious.
It is
It is really serious.
more serious than people may want to think. When you
Yeah.
go into the grocery store, okay, so you go into Publix, you see the signs due to food shortage. When you go to the
Hmm.
restaurants, you see the signs due to food shortage. What don't you
Hmm.
understand about it's a food
It's a
shortage?
food
You know
shortage.
what I mean?
Yes.
So I've been telling my friends who have small farms or maybe raise chickens or whatever, protect your chickens.
Yep.
Put them in a shelter. Stop letting them
Yeah.
run around the yard
Yes.
because they may be your dinner
Yep.
in a few days.
Yep.
I try to get people to understand. They think because you're a little older, you're starting to go see now. No, 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 no.
It's
Stock
the
up on the
truth.
canned goods before it don't be
Mhm.
none.
And that's what I just told them. I was telling everybody, make sure you getting canned goods. You're having rice, instant potatoes,
Yeah,
oatmeal, things like that will stretch. Non-perishable items. You want to make sure that you're stocked up on. Make sure you got water that you're stocking up on. Like,
yeah.
this is serious, people. I don't understand if you, and we don't want to be the last ones. Our people are always the last ones to be like, oh shoot, it's for real. Let's get it together now. Let's
Part of
do this
that,
now.
part of that is because we're so busy trying to keep up
Mm-hmm.
with everybody else.
Right.
So we at one point had a time where our black men didn't leave the house unless they were impeccably dressed, shaved,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
about their business. Even if it was a job they were going to, they were
Yeah.
about their business. They led their households. They protected and provided for their wives. Now, in
Yes.
turn, the wives didn't miss a beat. Food was
Mm-hmm.
cooked. Peas were shucked and canned
Mm-hmm.
and the
Yep.
whole 9 yards. And if
Mm-hmm.
your neighbor was running short, you were able,
And
maybe
I
they
was
had
just
meat
gonna say
and
that.
you had rice, and we were
Yes.
going to share. Now we won't even speak
Yes.
to our neighbor. We're so up here in the air.
Yeah.
And it was planned that way.
Yeah.
The sad thing about it is we have walked right into the plan.
Yep. Yeah. And the crazy thing is that we're the only race of people that's like that.
Yeah,
The only one. I mean, you have the Asians that understand unity and working together. They have their own communities that they live in. Like you said, I remember there was a time as a kid, like if we didn't have sugar, we could go next door and say, "Hey, can I borrow a cup of sugar?" They can come and say, "Hey, can we borrow a cup of milk?" Like, that's how we interacted as a people. We have to get back to that, because
yeah.
we're not going to be able to survive just as single households. Like, I was speaking with my sister-in-law Monday, and we were talking about how in St. Petersburg, the rent for a one bedroom, you find a one bedroom rundown house, $2,000 a month. Yes, ma'am. And you're going like, what in the, what? we have the organizations or groups like the Georgia Initiative, where they came together, they put their money together, and they purchased that 500 and some acres in Georgia, where they're working together, they're pulling all of their money. And honestly, if we had something like that, literally you could probably have like 1,000 people with $100 and you can buy some land.
Yeah.
And every person get an acre. You know what I'm
But
saying?
they
Like,
don't.
we just, and it's not, and that's not traditionally how we were as a people. As a people, we were always tribal. I was telling somebody, like, I always really enjoy, I love watching Hidden Figures, because in that movie it was like, when one come up, we all coming up. If we all not coming up together, then ain't nobody going.
Exactly.
Now it's like a dog eat dog world. And I believe that all began in the school system, because I can remember when my son, my youngest son, was in elementary school, and his thing was he didn't like to see kids fail. So because he was a little bit more advanced in terms of academics, if he saw another student struggling with something, he would go over and, like, hey, want to help him or whatever. And the teacher told me and his dad, when we were in a conference with her, I tell him to mind his own business. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Don't be worried about other people. You just worry about yourself. See, that's the mindset. And he was on in first kindergarten or first grade when he was being told that. So that's the mentality that we're being shaped and molded in. And you can tell that it's very prevalent, because you can see a Black person in a grocery store that you don't know. Now, you can go in and speak to everybody, but that Black person will walk by you like they got an attitude that you even in the store with them.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
But the more you tell people, you have some people that hear, and then you have some that just don't get it.
Right.
And so, as a business owner, I try to give my clients extra. So aside from their taxes, and aside from if it's their project, or aside if they're putting something up on the network, we have these kind of conversations.
Right.
Because then if you miss it, it's not because I didn't tell you. I don't have to feel guilty.
Exactly.
But a lot of them don't realize they're shut down from, nobody's watching the news, nobody's reading the newspaper, nobody's reading a book. Everybody is Corvetting on TikTok all day.
Yes. Yes.
And so then what happens to society? Now the kids think they're supposed to Corvette on TikTok all day. But while this is going on, everybody else is growing around us. We're stagnant because we're distracted. We're distracted.
Yeah.
It's like when you wave a shiny thing and catch the animal's attention, the animals just, that's us.
Yeah.
We can't function if we're not in the midst. And so how I got my 6-year-old, what made my 6-year-old granddaughter want a business, her mom has a business, I have a business, her grandpa has a business, everybody has businesses. So she came during tax season when she was 5, and she said, Granny, I want to do taxes. And I said, well, you can't do taxes. I said, we'll find something else for you to do. What else do you want to do? She said, taxes. I said, what else? Lip gloss.
Oh,
We'll do lip gloss. And so she had her little shea butter and her little coconut oil. And she started out with a natural process that was extremely messy and had Granny and her and everybody covered with glitter and oil and everything. But then she got it together and she watched, crazy as this is going to sound at 5, she watched YouTube videos of the lip gloss makers. She had watched us enough to know if they didn't have a lot of views, they probably didn't do good lip gloss.
Right.
So she looked for the ones with the most views. And then she started making the lip gloss. And I started out getting her the little tubes. There was like 100 tubes for a few dollars that you just kind of squeeze. And then one day she came to me and she said, well, if I want to keep up with rainbow, I need some different shapes. Okay. And so I had to get her all these different shapes. She has little cold drink.
Yeah, I saw your post on
Pencils
Facebook.
and all kind of stuff. And so, but she got it from watching us. She
Mm-hmm.
saw us. She wanted to do what we do. So
Yeah,
instead of watching, now she still watches, what is it, Coco Melon or something crazy.
yeah.
She still does this kind of stuff, but not like other kids just sit and watch it all day. No,
All
she's not
day.
on
Yeah.
that. She is going to get into other stuff because she wants to know other stuff. So she goes
Wow.
to private school. And one day she heard me and her mom talking about the cost of private school. And she says, well, if you would post my lip gloss more, I could pay for my own school. Oh goodness. I said, you know what? You've checked Granny. Granny has been slack. Tax season has been busy, and Granny just didn't have time to post. So it's just amazing what
And this
kids will
is a
do.
baby. This is a 5-year-old. So if we have a 5-year-old that can step out on faith and say, you know what, I want to do this because I like there's something that clicked in her head that knows that I can make money from doing this. It's not just like you
Yeah.
said, it's not a hobby. It's actually something that she wants to be a lucrative business.
Yeah.
Enough to pay for her private school tuition.
Yeah. That she doesn't have to worry about. But yeah, that's
Right. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and so they fussed at me because I would buy the ingredients and let her keep whatever came in. Whatever came in was just her profit, not just kept
Right.
buying. They were like, no, you have to let her be a business and pay for her stuff
Gone,
and
Green.
do whatever. And so she has a Cash App with a little Cash App card. But then Chase, for those who don't know, Chase has started a where you can have a children's account attached to your checking account and they'll give them their own debit card. And the reason I say Chase or Bank of America or somewhere like that, you got to be careful of these smaller banks
Mm-hmm.
because they're going to be the first ones to get taken out. They just don't have
The
strength to maintain.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But she knows how to count her inventory. She knows how much she's supposed to do because we sit there. She takes her invoice. She does. She goes to private school, so she's already doing simple multiplication and simple
Yeah.
division. She's
Mm-hmm.
already doing. They teach them Mandarin Chinese and Spanish, and
Mm-hmm.
so she's learning now what she needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
So people may be saying, "Oh, she's too young. That's too much." No, when
She's
you go
having
to the
fun doing it. She
exactly
loves it.
when you go to the Chinese food
Yeah.
restaurant, their 4 or 5 year olds are sitting up there at the register and can ring you out.
Bringing you out. Come on now. Come on.
Don't cut your child short. Don't
Exactly.
let Nickelodeon or SpongeBob or whatever the
Yeah.
current trend is raise your
You
child.
drink this some tea on that, honey.
Yeah, take a sip for me
Yeah.
because stop letting cartoons raise your children. Your
Yeah.
children will learn whatever you expose them to. My grandsons, my husband has a recording studio. He's been a producer and engineer for over 30 years. They learn to make beats. Now, is that something they want to do for a business? At this point, football is
Right. The
where their head
thing.
is. But
Okay.
they've taught themselves to use the software. They've taught
Wow.
themselves to do different things. My oldest grandson, he's 12. He had a whole GoPro head thing, chest thing, the whole thing in his little laptop, and he was making videos. And then he just realized, I don't like this. I'm going to try something else.
Do something different. Yeah.
But at those ages, this is where you let them experiment.
Mm-hmm.
I let them take coding classes. And
Wow.
the only reason I haven't got the little robot kits yet is because I'm very afraid that it's going to run over my feet and all kind of stuff. But parents, the reason I do everything natural is so that you guys can see. Just because you have money doesn't mean you have to wear a bunch of jewelry, wear a bunch of
Right.
hair.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather take that money that I could have spent doing my hair, buying educational stuff for the kids,
Investing it back in the kids. Yeah.
investing back into them.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I don't, where will they see it?
Yeah.
They won't know that as a family, we support each other. We don't really look to other people.
Exactly.
I was supposed to be telling them about business. I'm so sorry.
It's okay because this is good. I mean, what our whole mantra here is closing the Black wealth gap and encouraging Black people to start their own business. So this is a really good to help push people over that hump. You know, some of them don't want to take the leap because of fear. But I think that this is so good having this conversation. I mean, even when you were talking about like how in your family what you witnessed was a family of entrepreneurs who all owned their own businesses, and that is a rare. Now, in the Black community before desegregation, you witnessed that a lot. Black people had their own businesses, and then, like you said, they were bartering services from each other. I can remember my grandmother saying when she was growing up, they had a farm and they had chickens and they had cows, and then you had another farmer who might have had dairy cows and might have had pigs, and they would exchange produce or products, you know, because nobody had a whole lot of money, but that was how they made their money. Well, you know, and they sustained and survived by bartering, or by selling whatever product or service they had to their neighbors. So when you talk about generational entrepreneurs, like I was telling the young man that I was speaking with today that owns the payroll company, when I was coming up, all I ever saw was people working, and still struggling. That's what I saw. When we were in school, we never were told by, you know, administrators or teachers that, hey, you know what, you can be a business owner. You don't have to just be a doctor. You don't just have to be a lawyer, because, you know, those things were put before you because they were, you know, careers that gave you lucrative, you know, wealth. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And so most kids, when you ask them what they want to be, oh, I want to be a doctor. Oh, I want to be a lawyer, because it's associated with, you know, the fact that you don't have to be stressed. But then when you talk about a person who is an entrepreneur, you have the opportunity to allow your imagination to take you wherever, as far as it can go, and make money doing that. So that's why I love, you know, what you're talking about with your grandchildren and with your children having businesses. Like, we have to really put ourselves back into that place of where we're encouraging that.
Yeah.
We have to.
That goes back to why I started the network. So we have YouTube, and a few years ago, monetizing on YouTube was easy. Yeah. And then they shifted because they saw all this money flowing through. Mm-hmm. And now you have to have 4,000 subscribers and over 1,000 viewing hours, and you have to jump through hoops and float around and do things. And so I started the network because, one, on Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, these things are global. Wow. You're not limited. Mm-hmm. And you can promote. It's good to promote. But people are on there just searching for things to binge watch anyway. This has become the trend. Yeah. So on YouTube, you may have 50 some odd views and then kind of go stagnant. Mm-hmm. Because you don't have the time to continuously just promote this. None of us really do. Life kicks in. But if you put that same thing up on Roku, you might have 50 a week. Wow. So where on YouTube it's still stuck at 50, now you're at 50 a week. 50 a week doesn't sound like a lot until you look at it compared to just the 50 that you had on YouTube. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's the expansion. So you may have 50 a week on Roku, and then another 25, 50 a week on Apple TV, then another 50 or so a week on Fire Stick. Mm-hmm. Now you're picking up in different areas. Different people are catching you. Yeah. In addition to that, I made a web-based channel because, of course, everybody doesn't have Roku and Fire Stick and Apple TV. So for those who are still on the web-based, they can go right to either the I Make Stars TV or the SWAIN Girl Media, and they can catch the shows
I
just
love
like
it.
cable at a certain time.
I
So
love
you
it.
look at the guide and you say a certain time. But what I did, I started off with my channel, the SWAIN Girl Media channel,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called SWAIN Girl Media because I have 4 daughters. So technically, I set it up for something for them.
Wow.
And I said it was only going to be motivational and educational and
Mm-hmm.
spiritual. I didn't want anything negative at all on it.
Right.
So I made my husband has the I Make Stars channel. And on that it's more entertainment. Still not really,
Crazy.
really not on the
Yeah.
negative, but
Yeah.
still entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Videos, talk shows, music, because of course his clients needed an outlet.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, the Most High gets all the glory.
Yeah.
I made my channels out of order. So I have the It Is So channel. It's the It Is So Kingdom Broadcast Network. And
Mm-hmm.
it focuses more on truth versus tradition. So it doesn't have a lot of ministers on it. No offense to anybody's beliefs or how anybody, but it has certain teachings on it
Mm-hmm.
so that there's no confusion.
Right.
Because coming out of traditional situations, we know traditional situations are designed to keep us in a stronghold.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So then I released I Make Stars Music, which is strictly music. It's just music
Oh.
videos for artists. And I did an introductory deal where artists could put their video for permanent placement for $20.
Wow.
Now, normally, because of what you do in a
Right.
broadcast situation, it's normally a weekly fee to keep the show up or the video up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted them to have the opportunity and it be affordable because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of artists, they put on for the city, but some of those chunks that look like they gold are really wooden on the inside with some good gold paint. Like, I mean, let's just be, I'm not trying to be, let's just be real.
I love it though.
So I try to make doors open, but because the cloud space costs me, I can't just give it all away.
Right, right, right.
But in the process, we say we're all about us, but then we don't create a us situation.
Correct, correct.
So if you ever go to the channel or to the network in general, you'll notice that 97% of the content providers are minorities.
Mm-hmm.
Spanish, African American, Caribbean, and they're all giving something positive because we have
Wow.
the Mucho Dinero show that
Mm-hmm.
teaches grants, and we have my show, which I don't teach business on my show. What I teach on my show is pushing our men back to lead our community. What
Yes.
is needed to do that?
Yes.
So I have different people come on and we do interviews, and this is what we talk about. I talk to men about, well, what do you think about us getting snatched and whipped? They don't care if we're snatched and whipped. They just want us to get some control over the tongue. Like, they don't care what we look like. And we talk about
Mm-hmm.
different things and what it takes, because being an independent woman, being a serial entrepreneur,
Yeah.
being raised that I could fly if I wanted to, I
Mm-hmm.
had to
Adjust that mindset.
adjust
Yes.
to submit to my husband
Yes.
regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he had said I couldn't do this interview, I would have had to decline. Not
Right.
because of anything personal, but because he's the head of the house at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so we as women don't realize we block our blessings because we can't follow the order.
Yeah.
Whether we like the order or not was not the question.
Mm-hmm.
It was said that we would follow the order. So the
Yeah.
Most High, the husband, us, and then the family. But
Mm-hmm.
we push him to the side if we don't like what he's saying.
Yes.
And we're going to take control. And because
Mm-hmm.
he can't handle the things in the house, who's going to trust him to handle a community?
Right. Right.
You kind of know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so,
I know exactly what you mean. Listen, I come from a generation of strong women, honey. It's a couple of generations. And, while my grandfather was in the picture at times, my grandmother was the pillar, she was the matriarch of the family. And when I tell you strong, like if you don't like something, you gonna voice it. Let me tell you, I could put a lashing on somebody with that tongue, honey. Just like make your ears bleed, that kind of thing. And I had to really, like you said, if you want to be married and you want to be with a man who is a man's man, he's not gonna fight you. Not gonna fight you. So it's like, okay, even now I'm not 100% where I would like to be, but I am definitely nowhere near where I used to be. My husband would tell you, like, bleeding ears. It was just a hot mess. Okay. But in order for our household to be, stable, in order, like you said, for the blessings to come, I had this, when I go and I be praying and stuff, most I'd be like, look, don't be looking at him. Let's see what's wrong with you.
Come on now.
Right. And so, yes, sir. So yes, that's the thing that, that we had to do, but I'm going to have you back. Guys, listen, y'all, if you have just tuned in or you're in and out of today's show, the expert advisor that we are speaking with today is Miss Precious Shonda SWAIN Peaks, honey. Listen, she has channels, she has shows. She is, an accountant. She has an accounting firm. She has a media company. Guys, you must get with her. If you don't know whether or not she provides a service, if you're trying to start up a business, you're in the process of starting up a business, reach out to her. She's going to help you get your business set properly. She's going to make sure that you're filing your taxes. Like she said, we've got to be willing to pay those taxes so that when it's time for us to go in and get monies for different things that we need for our businesses to grow our brand, we are already set, right? Yeah. That's how the big dogs do. And if we want to be rolling with the big dogs in that league, we got to do it. We got to pay the cost to be the boss. Mm-hmm. And so listen, I'm gonna have to have you back. This segment was really good. I enjoyed our time together, and I want to bring you back because I want for people to really hear about all of the different industries that you're in, and you just have a wealth of information that I think would be good for our people. And maybe we can come back. When we come back, we can talk about maybe some joint efforts that we do together to begin to prepare our people for what's to come, for what's coming down the pipeline. So maybe get some projects going and present that to everybody. But I would love to have you back, Precious. This was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Do you have any closing remarks that you would like to leave the people with, like letting them know where they can find you, how they can reach you, and any closing statements that you might have?
They can reach me on Facebook at Precious Shonda SWAIN Peaks. On Instagram, I'm Precious_SWAIN. On Twitter, I'm Precious. And my accounting firm is Anointed for Prosperity Bookkeeping and More. The website is anointedforprosperity.com. If you go on and book a free consultation, I will definitely speak with you and see how I can help you. For those who tuned in today, I'm going to drop a link on your YouTube and on your Facebook for the class that I just did. It's a free class on how to write and publish your story for free.
Wow.
So that those who are interested in writing a book will at least have the foundation to start. And I just want everyone out there to stay prayerful.
Yes.
Keep your eyes open and your ears open.
Mm-hmm.
And know that we can do all things through Yahushua Mashiach. There is nothing that we can't do.
Right.
The only thing stopping us is us. I thank you so much. And you got to come on my show.
I know. I listen, I'm ready. I haven't been on anybody else's show yet, so I would definitely accept an invitation from you for sure.
Yeah, we definitely, because we have to teach our sisters how to push him forward.
Yeah.
We can't keep holding them back. What's going to happen?
Exactly. I agree 100%. We are in a place of war. So it's time to get our stuff together so that we can do what we got to do as a people collectively, and just be here for one another. Where that support is needed, we provide that support, and where we need support, we're giving support. So I agree with you 100%. And I'm glad that we connected. I really am.
I am too.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well,
Yeah.
I thank you so much, and I'll be watching. I'm coming
Okay.
off the stage, but I'm supporting the show. So I'm gonna go in through the YouTube so I can put the stuff in the chats for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And you have a blessed evening. I will be in touch.
You also. Thank you.
Okay. Guys, listen, I hope that you all enjoyed that segment, that you guys really got a lot of information out of it. There was a lot to give. Our initial plan was for her to share all of her different businesses, the different services and things that she provides in within those industries. But what I loved about how she started out was really encouraging business ownership. And guys, we cannot say that enough. If you have something that you're good at doing, you love doing it, why not make money doing it? And this is what this platform is for, is bringing the individuals that have the knowledge, the skill sets, and the wisdom to help you get to where, from point A to point B. And if you ain't at point A yet, then you just on go. We're going to help you get from go to point A, B, C, D, all the way to Z. We're going to make sure that we do that as a people. So, guys, with that being said, our next guest is our featured spotlight Black business owner. Okay, his name is Victor Butler. He is the CEO and founder of Get You Right Auto Painting. Guys, I cannot wait for you all to meet Victor. He is a phenomenal young man. He's out here doing what he got to do to provide for himself and his family. I know that he's making his mother and his sister very proud of him. And my husband and I are so super proud of him. So I cannot wait for you guys to meet this young man and to see the fantastic work that he does. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sip on a little bit of this tea because he's going to be bringing it. And we'll see you right back in 2 seconds. All right. Look at y'all. Y'all, here is Victor Butler. Let's give him a round of applause. Yes. Listen, I am super proud of you, Victor. I'm so excited to have you on the platform with me. I am super excited for the people to see what you do, honey. Listen, guys, his business, this is Victor Butler. He is the CEO and founder of Get You Right Auto Painting. Listen, Get You Right Auto Painting is making good connections with customers and producing good quality work. Now, guys, if y'all didn't see it from the little commercial that we just played, the promotional video that we played, let's check it right now. Y'all see this good work that he's doing? Yes, he is doing it. He is doing it. Wow. Oh, man. I am so proud of this young man right here. And when I tell you powerful testimony powerful testimony. So you guys want to make sure that you are tuned in on Thursday, September 10th, 2021 at 6:30, because you are going to hear the story behind his brand. When I tell you that he's been through some things, and when we say that no matter what you've been through, where you've gone, what you've done in your past does not dictate your future and where you can be or where you're going. And this young man is a perfect example of that. Perfect example. So with that being said, Victor, I'm going to give you the spotlight because it's your time. And I'll be right back. You guys listen in on what he has to say about Get You Right auto painting.
Well, how y'all doing out there? Get You Right auto painting. It's a independently owned body shop. No franchise, no corporations. It's strictly just independent. We offer custom auto body and paint jobs. We also do insurance work as well. But mainly the whole thing that we do is basically give good relationships. That's the biggest thing that we want to do and deliver to customers. Big relationships. You don't get no runarounds, no overhead charges. That's like the main goal when we deliver good quality. But like I said, we do custom work, we do insurance work, parts, ceramic coating, paint corrections, paint rims, anything you name it, we can do it. Basically, that's Get You Right auto painting. So,
can you tell the people how long you've been doing this for? How long have you been doing the body painting?
Auto body and paint I've been doing for 6 years, honestly. 6 years working for body shops. And then I just noticed like how body shops tend to treat people, how I treat it. So I just, after 6 years, I was like, took a step out on faith and, went independent. No corporations, no sponsors, just me and God, and, just body shops where you can basically just come to the owner or come to the worker and really have a good relationship and no runarounds. That's like the main thing I would like to deliver with good quality. That's the main thing that I always want to stand on. And, even with employees, I want them to feel the same way, that they can, it's not about the money, to be honest. You pay for the job, yes, but it's more about the relationship.
Right.
That's the main goal that I would like to, and I ain't gonna lie, God is making some way, because I see how things are coming along right now, and all I do is just work and try to keep the faith, and he's just been opening doors with dealerships, customers traveling from Tampa, St. Cloud. I have a lot of customers that travel just to come to the shop. Thank you for that. But yeah,
I think that your mindset is really, really good. I mean, that's where your mind should be, is building those relationships. When your focus is customer centered and is centered on building relationships, the money is just the icing on the cake. That's going to come, but you're going to have loyal customers for life. People are always going to come to you. They're going to come to you. When their children start driving, they're going to send their children to you, their cousins, their aunties, their sisters. You're going to have them all. You're going to have them all. And listen, guys, when I tell you, he has always been a good-hearted young man. Ever since he was younger, he's always had just such a sweet spirit about him. And so that is why I really want you all to make sure that you are tuned in on September. Wait, let me make sure now, because I want to say it's September. Yep, September 10th. So make sure that you are tuned in to BEMP on the Spot. on September 10th, 2021 at 6:30. When I tell you this is a testimony that you do not want to miss. This is a show that you do not want to miss. His sister is in here in the comment section. She knows, his mother knows, and that's why I'm sitting here smiling from ear to ear like a big old Ronald McDonald smile, because I am so proud of him. My husband and I in church, we always knew that he had so much potential, and we always knew that you were destined for greatness. It was always there. You ran around being a little bit, but that's okay, because the Bible says that all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose, right? There is not one thing that you have been through in life that you cannot bring glory to the Most High God for, right here where you stand. So I cannot wait. Moms, sisters, aunts, if you have nephews, brothers, husbands, cousins, y'all want to make grandchildren, grandsons, make sure that they are tuned in on Thursday, September 10th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This young man I'm just super proud of you. And I know that your mom and your sister and your fiance are just like, y'all just got to know the story. Y'all got to know the story behind this young man right here. I'm telling you, I want to cry, but I'm not going to cry. My eyes are tearing up when I see the work that he's doing, and, just the fact that how he went down one lane, but the Most High God was like, no, you will not go down this. This is, we going to direct your path in a different direction. And I'm just super, super, super proud of you, Victor. I'm so proud of you. I want you to keep up the good work, and we are going to be here to help you grow your brand. I already told you I'm going to connect you with Miss Precious. We're going to get you, listen, when you say you independently owned, you're going to be franchising, okay? We're going to make sure that your brand leaves an inheritance and a legacy behind for your children, and your children's children. Should Christ tarry, you're going to leave behind, not only a legacy, but an inheritance.
Yes, ma'am.
So I am so proud of you. Precious say, I will be on to support. Thank you so much, Precious. That's what it's all about. And when she was talking about lifting up our men, putting them in their rightful position, you are a man of the Most High God. You are crowned as king. So the fact that you're no longer living as a servant or a peasant, but you're taking your kingship, because that's who you are royalty.
Right.
You're royalty. Don't ever forget that.
Right.
Don't ever forget that. I'm gonna make sure that I'm here, myself and Mr. Rush in together to encourage you to continue on this path.
I really appreciate it. I do.
No problem. And do you have anything else that you want to share with the people?
Tune into the show, because it will be a good story. I ain't gonna lie, it will be a good story. It will be a good, interesting story. I honestly, you touch a good point. If you got fathers, brothers, uncles, and also I would like to say for single mothers out there to really tune in. Single mothers that are raising up boys, young men, tune in too.
Yes. I'm so glad that you said that. And I know your mama, listen.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But yes, y'all, make sure single mothers as well, because this is definitely a testament. This is definitely a testament to devotion, prayer, staying on your face, be not wavering. You know what I'm saying? Like I know his mom personally. And when I tell you prayer warrior and steadfast, all day. Okay, so definitely make sure that you tune in. Victor, can you let everybody know where they can contact you or reach you should they need your service?
Yes, you can look up on Facebook. We got a business page which is growing. Every day I'm getting likes and new people. But yeah, if you go on Facebook, it's called Get You Right Auto Painting. The U, the letter U, not YOU, but the letter U. Get You Right Auto Painting on Facebook, or Get You Right Auto Painting at gmail.com. Also with the number 407-807-4098. Again, 407-807-4098. Them are the three ways that you can contact us.
Yes. Barbara said, Get You Right Auto Painting LLC. That's right. Is in the house. Is in the house. And what? Okay, so I think it's Joa. Joa? Is it Joa?
Yes.
Okay, Joa says, yes, king, my king. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to show this quick promotion. Victor, you are a terrific spotlight. I mean, you are one of the best ones that we've had. I'm just saying. Feature spotlight Black business owner. His mom is on here. She says, yes, yes, yes. I really appreciate you taking the time out to come on tonight. Yes, there's his mom. Yes, Miss Katrina Holly.
Them three women right there, they them three women right there, they part of what, what's with my growth right now, the business and personal life. So yeah, my mom, my sister, and Joy.
Yeah. And Barbara is his sister. She just posted his number up. So you guys take that number down. Like he said, people travel from Tampa, St. Pete. You all have seen his work on here. Excellence, honey. Excellence. I'm telling you, when we ready to have our car repainted, we definitely coming to you for sure. I called you about my daughter. I was like, where are you at? Because I need to get there to get her car fixed. But yes. So listen, y'all make sure that you tune in again, like we said, on Thursday, September 10, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. So you can hear the story behind the brand, hear his testimony. Y'all just need to be in on the spot with BHEMP. Okay. All right, Victor, we are going to see you soon. I'm going to call you because I do want to set up some time for you and myself and Miss Precious SWAIN Peaks to get together so we can put a plan of action in place for you so that we can get you on point, get you set up real good. Yes, okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll be in touch with you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And so it says, get you right, my man. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and play this promotion real quick, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to BHEMP, Black Heritage Enterprise Marketplace Corporation, an e-commerce enterprise platform created for Black business owners and empowered buyers across the globe. We are the platform that empowered buyers frequent most, the enterprise that our employees love working for, the parent company of BEMCO, Black Entrepreneurs Marketplace, a Black-owned e-commerce, Black business membership marketplace, and a marketing and advertising platform for Black business owners. We provide a variety of features such as a Black business directory for both state and national searches and targeted product and service searches. Black business owners, advertise and market your brand to the most important consumers on earth with BEMP. Black business owners, join BEMP today. BEMP Corporation.
All right, guys, welcome back. Listen, I hope that y'all love that tantalizing, effervescent acumen that we spilled on this show today. This was like a great show. So if you guys are just tuning in, make sure that you share this show on your timeline, in your newsfeed. It will be here. People can go in, they can listen, watch. Listen, we had some great people, some great Black business owners on the platform tonight, honey, serving all the tea, spilling all the tea to us all. we want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure that you tune in this coming Thursday at 6:30 p.m. We are going to be getting the story behind the brand of Motive Unlimited. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Katrina. She said, great show. Love the interview and informational. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. And also now for next week's show, T-Shirts and Tea Tuesday show, we're going to have Miss Coretta Christian, who is the Black business owner of the business Beyond Beauty LLC, which is, I want to say it's out of Mississippi. And then our featured spotlight Black business owner is author and entrepreneur, Ms. Sharika Reed. She's going to be here. She just released a book. And so Enduring Balance. And so, guys, we definitely want to be here to hear her story. But as I said before, we're going to go ahead and leave out tonight's show with Victor's promotion, because we want you guys to remember the great work that he's done, that he's doing. You know, you all have heard it with your own ears. His whole mantra and attitude is about pleasing his customer, building that customer relationship. So y'all already know it's going to be on point, right? His work speaks for itself. And so I want to just thank you all for tuning in tonight. As I said, please make sure that you tune in on Thursday. BEMP on the Spot with Taz, story behind the brand of Motive Unlimited. And guys, also remember that we still have Harlem Nights scheduled for 2022. Harlem Nights 2022 extravaganza. Guys, you know, we giving y'all excellent Black businesses right now. Y'all can only imagine what the business lineup is going to be next year for Harlem Nights 2022 in St. Petersburg, Florida. We doing it. Yes, we are. And so, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for this promotion, and we will see you on Thursday and next Tuesday on T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. Good night.